Hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm Hallie. I am a life coach and I specialize in helping people find the love and success that you want from life. So if that is you, then I can help you find that love and success that you want and I know that you deserve. So today I wanted to talk to you about something that I see so many of my clients suffering from, and that is obsessing over the past. They hang on to the past and they just can't let it go. And the truth is, until you let go of the past, you're not going to be able to move forward and be free of the past and create what you want. You may keep recreating what you don't want, even if it's like the furthest thing from what you really say you want. Confusing how we do that, right? So this is what I could call ruminating, right? We just keep going over, obsessing over the same thing or ruminating. Our mind just keeps replaying those tapes. So what I suggest for you to do is a two-step process. And I want to kind of condition this or put it into the conversation that I know they're really simple tips. And that is on purpose because the solution is really simple. The tough part is sticking with it. It's just like I like to say, it's kind of like losing weight. We all know, most of us know, unless we have some rare condition or medical condition, but generally speaking, the way to lose weight is to eat less and burn more calories, right? That's pretty much the way our body works. The tough part is for people to stick with that. And I get it, no blame, no shame, but I'm just saying that the results come from sticking with it. So if you can stick with this process, and that's why I make it so easy and easy to follow, then you can stop obsessing over the past. And it gets easier and easier as you implement this on a day-to-day basis, especially if you're really stuck in something, if you're just now going through a breakup or really trying to get over it. So the first thing to do is to have awareness of when it's happening, catch it in the act, so to speak. It's kind of like I would say if you're a parent or if you've been around children or even when you were a child, if you're doing something wrong and somebody calls you out for it, it's not as fun. Kind of like affairs. That's why so many people like to, run around in the dark of night and think it's fun because it's the secrecy. Our minds work the same way. So if we can call it out, have awareness, and just note when we're doing it, catch it in the act, that takes away so much power. So here's one way to do it that is suggested by one of the people I love to follow and learn from, Dr. Joe Dispenza, and it is to take it and kind of have an imaginary jar or have a real jar, put the thought that you're having in the jar and label it. Put the emotion that you're having in the jar and label it. So let's say you're ruminating or obsessing over something that has happened in the past and it makes you really angry or it makes you really jealous. Catch that emotion, jealousy, and put it in the jar, so to speak, and label it. I'm feeling jealous right now. Isn't that interesting? No good or bad, just become aware of it. And just that step will soften the blow, so to speak, or take away the power of that emotion and give you the ability to look at it from an observer's mind. So the first thing is in that step is to label it, but then also feel it physically. You're already feeling it physically. Note where you're feeling it physically. Just sit with it and note where it shows up in your body. Give that emotion some attention and know where that energy is sitting. For me, it's usually sitting right here in my throat, sometimes in my shoulders, really tense like that. Just catching it. No shame, no blame again, just curiosity and noting it. These things take away its power slowly over time. So the first step is awareness. And then after that, this is surprising twist that so many, I think, counselors or therapists might miss. But ask yourself, what do I gain from keeping this ruminating? What am I getting from this? I want to say you have to be in the right space to ask yourself this. And that is why I work with women in the container of 2 months to really allow them to build up that inner trust and a trust with me, to be very honest and open with themselves, because you don't want to judge this, but you do want to see what you're getting from it. we're always getting something. We're not we're smart people. We're smart humans, and we always gain something from ruminating. And we don't do things unless we benefit from them in some way. And you may not even think that. And some example, clearly you wouldn't. Why would I do something that's making me miserable, right? But here are some examples of what I've seen when people are obsessing or ruminating, ways that it's paying off for them. The number one way that it's paying off for them generally is it's allowing them to not look at their own lives. It's a form of procrastination, and it helps them stay out of their own business, so to speak, and in something that they can't control. So it takes their power away even more. So that's just a good example that's pretty common. So looking at that and looking at what you gain from it can also help you take the power away from it. So these are really two very important steps for you to try. I'd love to hear after you try these what shows up. So first, it's awareness. I'm ruminating. Where do I feel this in my body? Label it, put it on a jar, sit with it. And then the second one is, what am I gaining from hanging on to this? And becoming very honest with yourself about that. If you need help, like most people do, then that is a large part of what I help people with. One of the parts in my 2-month program is just helping people see what they're not able to see. It's like if you were a really great hairstylist and you can't cut your hair yourself. Some people can, but it might not look as good as if somebody else can do it, because they just have a different perspective. Or a surgeon is not going to do surgery on themselves. So I do have a 2-month program. It's an experiential process that takes you out of thinking and into action. And it really is a great investment in moving forward, getting what you want out of life, and saving yourself the time and the grief of trying to figure it all out on your own. I've met lots of women who have spent years in therapy, years on retreats, years trying to figure it out on their own. And sometimes it can just cause them to give up altogether. So we don't want that. If you're interested in learning more about how I can help you, then reach out and we can have a quick chat. And if you feel like that is something you want to move forward in, we can get started right away. But if not, please put these tips into place, give them a try, play around with them, and let me know what's happening. If you have any questions, please reach out, and I'm happy to help you in any way that I can. Thank you for being here today. I hope these tips did help you and give you some ideas that you can try out. And if they did, let me know. And I just want you to know that I know everyone deserves to be happy. Everyone deserves the love that they want. And I'm always happy to help you make that happen.